What do you think? You think it's fake or what?
Well, I just told Brittany that over the weekend I saw the horror movie Longlegs. And Brittany stared at me like,
For a while.
Yeah, for like too long. And then you were like, I was like, the movie. And you're like, oh.
Yeah. Because you're like, I did a show Friday. I saw Longlegs.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, is that a comic I know who
No,
we don't
yeah.
like and we call Longlegs?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
have no memory of that.
Yeah, Brittany thought I was using code.
And then I started thinking, like, who do I know who has long legs? Katrina?
Yeah.
But we love her, so I knew it wasn't
I know.
her.
Imagine if I used code to talk about Katrina. There's only one person we ever used code talking about, and it was Burlington Coat Factory.
Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah.
If you can guess it, man, would you be smart? I don't know how you could guess who
There's
it is.
no way you could
If you
guess
make
who
some
it is.
guesses about who Burlington Coat Factory is,
Write in the comments.
We'll read them out. It'll be fun.
Totally.
Should we give them some clues? I feel like any clue might lead.
I mean, whatever clues you're comfortable with. Because there was a reason why we had...
Burlington Coat Factory. It also
That's your
started
clue.
out... So it was a guy I was seeing. That's the clue I'll give. It was a guy I was seeing. That could have been between now and the age of 16.
Yeah.
I guess that's when I first started dating people.
Yep.
And a friend of mine, we were using code names already.
Totally.
Using code names.
Yeah.
And she kept calling him like Edmington. And it kept just like evolving into this word that sounded like Edmonton.
Yeah.
Like Featherington. It all sounds like Bridgerton words.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Featherington
totally.
is a Bridgerton
Yeah.
character last name. And eventually it got to Burlington, and then it got to Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah.
And that's where we
And then I would
landed.
send you those like little GIFs that you can send through iMessage, and it would be like Burlington, Vermont.
And I would walk down into downtown Brooklyn and be like, oh man, we ended it.
And then you'd see the
I'd see
store.
Burlington Coat Factory.
You have like such a...
It's over.
You have such a fascination with looking at store names. It's like this, Claire's Accessories, Men's Warehouse.
There's nothing I really like
Olive
about it,
Garden,
but I
Dwayne
always
Reed.
do it.
I know.
I'm always looking.
Brittany loves counting in the names of stores.
Yeah. So anyway, you saw Longlegs.
I saw Longlegs. It's a horror movie. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. Everybody on the internet is like shitting on it. What?
Just like imagining if I do that every time someone's like, I saw this, and it's the name of a movie.
I saw Terminator 3D, and you're
I'm
like,
Wait, just whisper in my ear.
Wait, you mean
Who is
Colin?
it? Yeah, Colin. Just say his name. They all know Colin.
Yeah. Every movie, I'm like, did you watch Lord of the Rings yet? And you're like, you mean Dwayne? Every movie title I say, you just think it's somebody that you dated.
I think you're hiding something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, I didn't study our secret language well enough. I just feel bad. I feel like I'm being tested all the time. Which is how I feel about movies.
Do you see 12
Either
Years
way.
a Slave? And you're like, who's that again?
Karen?
Karen? Oh,
Anyway,
God.
you saw the movie.
I thought it was great. Everybody's being stupid
What's
about
it
it.
even
on the internet.
about?
So it's like it's a pretty classic like serial killer like horror movie. It's been doing some like viral marketing campaigns. Nicolas Cage plays like the serial killer guy in
Ooh.
it. I thought it was really creepy. People were saying it's like the scariest movie they've ever seen. I did not feel that way. But I thought it was a very good movie. And like one thing I like, okay, skip ahead, a minute if you don't want to hear spoilers for Longlegs. But like basically it's like this satanic thing.
Ooh.
And I like it in horror movies when it just is Satan who's doing it.
Yeah.
It's not like some guy who thinks he's being Satan.
Yeah.
Like it's not really the twist that people think it is anymore.
Yeah.
But it was just Satan at the end. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I really liked that. And everybody's saying it's Christian propaganda, which is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. Because it's like, do you watch Frankenstein and be like, it's okay to make new people now, I guess?
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid to think that it's Christian propaganda. We're just like using Christianity
it's a
as a
common
device.
cultural
like a touch point for creepy shit. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, I don't know.
And even if you're not saying Satan directly, it's common. Like everyone you know has some idea of evil.
Totally. Yeah.
So,
totally. Yeah. It's
who
just
cares
like
how you represent it?
I know. It's just like so crazy that people are saying that. I think it's so fucking dumb. I think you're so like you just have like brain rot on TikTok if you're saying shit like that. I'm sorry. But also one thing that Dave said, I saw it with Dave, and he's like, oh, they don't really explain why the main person is called Longlegs. But he's like, oh, it's because his legs are so long, they go all the way to hell.
Obvious. Yeah.
Which is so funny. But yeah, I saw that movie, and that's the only thing I did this weekend.
He's just standing on hot coals, talking normally.
Mm-hmm.
He's like...
Nicolas Cage, yeah.
Yeah, just like asking people if they want coffee.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
like,
I haven't seen it.
He's like...
That probably doesn't happen.
No, that is exactly what the movie is.
Is he like a normal guy in the movie? But
No, he's like a creepy guy who like looks all weird. He has like a bunch of prosthetics on and
Man,
shit.
Nicolas Cage is so fun, even in bad movies.
Dude, I know. And he did the classic Nicolas Cage thing of like screaming.
Yeah.
He's like, there's one point when he's in a car and he's like, Daddy, Daddy. Like that is so Nicolas Cage to do, is just to scream at the top of his lungs, and people call it acting. It's incredible.
Love Nicolas Cage. What's that David Lynch movie he did where it's like, there's always like breaks where they're listening to like death metal and they get out of their car and they just like headbang, listen to death metal. It's called like Wild Hearts or something.
I have no idea. I've never even heard of this.
I can't remember anything about it really, except them like rocking out. But it feels kind of scary as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's really, kind of scary.
Yeah, it's like an intense movie, and then this happens, and then they get back in the car. It's like him and a girl.
It's just a road trip.
But there's lots of bright colors. I don't know. It's confusing.
So maybe it's not a horror movie.
Maybe it's not scary at all.
Well, welcome to Worthless Clowns.
Welcome to Worthless Clowns, a podcast about how stupid we all are. I'm Brittany Cardwell, Britonis Cardwell on Instagram.
And I'm Allie O'Neill. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Allie O'Neill. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. Do all this stuff. Engage with us. Email us at worthlessclownspod at gmail.com. Worthless Clowns Po is our TikTok. It right.
I was like, oh, this is going so well.
I know,
going so fast.
I know, totally.
And even all the saliva built up in my mouth didn't mess me up too much, even though I was worried about it. I was like, we almost got it, and then we messed it up.
Oh my God, wait.
Yeah, I had a lot of saliva built up in my mouth when I said my part.
I could tell at the end you got into ASMR voice a little bit.
I did?
Yeah, you were like...
maybe that's when I do it.
You can follow me on Instagram at Britonis Cardwell.
I was like, there's too much liquid in here.
You tapered off. Yeah, you're afraid if you opened your mouth too much, it would all pour out.
Man, that happens to me on stage quite a bit. Like, I'll be talking for too long, I think, and it's like building up. And then I'll get to a punchline, and I'm like, I can't be having it get messed up right now.
Yeah.
It needs to happen earlier so the punchline is delivered well.
Totally.
Yeah. Does this happen to you?
Yeah, all the time, where it's like, I have to like clear my throat or something like that.
The right moment.
And you have to you have to wait for the right moment so it doesn't fuck up your momentum.
Yeah.
And if it's like, and it depends on the thing, because if it's like, if I like am just sweating a lot, this has been happening a lot recently on stage, I'll just be like pouring sweat.
You're just wiping your face at the wrong moment in a joke.
I'm like literally like a southern like lawyer, like patting myself, just like pouring sweat, patting myself dry on stage, and like
taking a seat, taking a break for 30 seconds, getting back up,
and usually
catching your breath.
Yeah, I know. Usually when I do that, my jokes aren't hitting at all, and then I wipe my forehead and I'm like, yeah, I'm so fucking sweaty, and everybody laughs a lot, and then they start laughing at my jokes, which means that they were made deeply uncomfortable by how sweaty they could tell that I was.
Yeah. Man.
But we got an email. It's just a photo.
I was just gonna ask if we got an email.
We got an email.
Ooh,
I forwarded it to my own shit. It is just a photo.
Who's it gonna be?
I don't know if I could say this person's name. A person we've never heard of before. Yeah. I mean, I'm not on the Instagram. You might know who they are. I don't want to say their name in case they whatever, but literally just says, Brittany, look, it's your two favorite things attached. And then it's this photo.
Oh my God, I also saw this on Instagram. This is a perfect gift.
It's like...
It means so much more coming through an email.
I know, yeah. Right? They really wanted to get to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well,
it's a white horse
Yeah.
But it's also a toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is me and my dad's podcast.
Yeah.
Toilet horse.
That's right.
It's
This
like
is
a
motorcycle
carousel.
horse.
Yeah, it's actually really beautiful. It's a carousel horse. So
yeah,
it's
it looks
got,
like one of those ones. Yeah.
detailing, like gold detailing on it and
Yeah.
stuff, and a halter. It's really magnificent. It wouldn't function that well though. You gotta pee at an angle every time.
Well, in order to get on it, you have to put
you can't
each
use
leg.
the seat as a backdrop, as a backboard.
What?
Because you could actually, but the angle's weird.
Well, I think you have to put one leg on each side of the horse in order to sit on it.
Yeah, it's only for girls.
What?
Well, a guy peeing would have to like step around the horse.
Or could, yeah, that's true. Oh,
Or
yeah,
could
yeah,
sit
yeah.
in there.
No, that would be tough to use.
Yeah.
For a man, I guess. Unless you stood really far away and then pointed your dick up so it arched over the horse and into the toilet bowl.
Yeah, you'd have to get a good like lob going.
And you'd have to be like super confident.
Yeah.
Or else.
You'd have to have done it quite a bit already.
Yeah. Or else you just get piss everywhere trying to make it happen. And you need a strong stream too to make that happen, I feel like.
Yeah. Is this real or is this an AI generated picture? Because I feel like they could do this. We've asked them to do similar things. We've asked them for an AI motorcycle horse, and they basically did this.
We've been using AI all wrong. This is what we should be using it for.
I love it. Thank you, whoever sent this.
Yeah, wait, can I look at it again? I feel like I would be able to see.
Wait, I might know the name. Oh, I don't know.
If they sent it to you on Instagram, I think it's probably the same person.
Yeah. Well, I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for making Brittany's day.
Hey, other people email us. Send us pictures.
Yeah, even if it's just
Not
dumb shit
all
like
types
this.
of pictures.
Yeah.
But
yeah, leave your cock pics at home. But I feel like I would be able to tell if it's AI by looking at it.
yeah, it doesn't look quite.
Honestly, I think it's real.
Yeah, I think it's real.
It looks pretty real, not only because there's so much detail that like is unnecessary. Like the toilet paper holder, like to the left of it is the same kind of like gold, like
That's true,
fancy stuff as, you know what I mean? I don't think that AI would have been that
Also, I
detailed
think if
with
you
it.
told AI, like actually we could just do it.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
try
if you
it.
told AI carousel horse though, it would have too much other carousel related stuff in there. Like it wouldn't be able to be specific enough.
Totally, yeah. Well,
Have you seen those AI it's like videos of gymnastics?
no.
You haven't seen these? I
No.
feel like they're all over my Instagram because I talk to my AI too much. They're like sending me AI videos now. But I don't know, but she keeps messaging us.
Is this the thing like the frog? Where you're like, I guess it's really important to me. Because I keep seeing it a lot.
I keep thinking everyone is seeing everything I'm seeing.
No, I mean,
I know that's not how it works, but
it used to be that way.
Yeah, and I don't feel like I'm really clicking on this stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I guess your like eyes are looking at it long enough. You're like pausing just long enough
Yeah.
for your algorithm to be
Yeah.
like, she loves this.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so there's like, I'll show you later. I don't think I can find one. I don't know how to use my phone, but there's like videos where they ask AI to show them like gymnastics.
Yeah.
But then AI, because it combines, it's like it doesn't really understand gymnastics. So then
Totally.
it looks like it, but then there will be like third legs everywhere and third arms. It almost looks like what's that test called where it's like the ink Rorschach?
Oh,
a Rorschach
yeah.
test.
Of human body parts.
Yeah, just body parts flying around and they're like kind of mirroring each other a lot. And
Yeah,
there's
they're
like
just
new
whipping.
stuff coming out of them. It's pretty crazy.
I love that.
I'll find one. I'll send it to you.
Oh my God, beautiful.
What was I doing? Oh, I was
you were
gonna type
gonna
in
ask AI to make a toilet horse. Yeah, say make a horse toilet.
horse.
Remember when I tried to make a huge goose? And
I'm gonna
it
say a
couldn't make
horse
huge
that's
goose?
also a toilet.
I kept trying to make a
Yeah,
huge
they couldn't make a
goose.
big goose.
And I was like, make the goose bigger, and then the next picture, its wings would just be out. And I'm like, that's not what I fucking meant.
I forgot I sent all these ear pictures to Dwayne. I have to show them to you.
Oh, of your own ear?
Oh my God! See, they did it.
Oh my God,
They
let me see.
basically did it. That's wild. Here,
Oh my God, I can't wait to see. Whoa.
and all I said was make a horse that's also a toilet.
Whoa. That's pretty good.
It looks pretty close to ours.
The lighting is really dramatic.
Is
And
it?
it's
I didn't
also
really look.
missing a leg in the back. See, AI.
Where's it's got to connect to the wall somewhere.
I know, it's just in the middle of a room.
That's where you put the tubing in, I guess.
Maybe it's like a. I love how your critique of this is like, this toilet's all wrong. My name is Brittany Toilet Cardwell, and I know how toilet works.
Also, the head's going into the toilet a little.
Yeah.
Like it's going through the rim.
I mean,
pretty good.
All this has proven is that AI cannot overtake human creativity and craftsmanship.
Not yet. This is pretty good, though. This is way better than I expected.
Yeah.
Based on all of our other
It's crazy
tries.
that I couldn't make a motorcycle horse, though.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of confusing, but...
So, Dwayne's having all these ear problems.
I
think they're calming down. But he was, like, telling me about it, and then I was just trying to cheer him up.
So you sent him...
So I sent him a bunch of AI versions of what I think's going on with his ear. So I was like, send me a picture of a haunted ear that feels full and ringy. And then it didn't send me anything good.
It was just
very
a regular
ear. And then I said, make it scary and way too noisy. And it sent that. It's like this ear surrounded by like burnt roots and wood.
Yeah, it looks like a guy in like a sci-fi horror movie who wears a mask because he got all burnt. I'm talking about Darth Vader,
exactly.
I guess.
Yeah. It's like still burning. Like there are, what do you call them? Little coals everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I said, make it have sounds. And it gave me that. And I feel like that represents what he's described.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It had like kind of like fungus growing all over it.
Yeah.
It looked like
he doesn't have fungus.
Let's not get it twisted, guys.
He has scary sounds.
Yeah.
Not fungus.
He has tinnitus.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I always say it wrong because it doesn't make sense the other way that people say it.
Yeah. I agree. It should be tinnitus.
Tinnitus, yeah.
They're saying tinnitus.
Which is so fucking stupid. Yeah. Who was that named after?
I've had it before.
Really?
Yeah.
And
or
it's
maybe
going
I
away?
still have it, but I don't think about it because whatever I had wasn't like constantly annoying.
Oh,
but maybe I just noticed it when I first got it because it was like a change.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the whole point of it is that like it's distracting to your everyday life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, should we get into our stupid stories?
Yeah.
We were talking about the toilet and long legs and then Dwayne's ear.
Yeah. Well, what we didn't talk about, maybe we should before it's too late.
Oh, speaking of ears.
Yeah.
Trump got shot.
Little man Trump. Trump got shot. All right, we're done.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about it.
I don't know.
I'm sick of it already.
I don't have anything funny to say about it, I guess.
I do a little bit.
Okay, lay it on me.
Me and Dwayne were away this weekend in Cold Spring. It was really fun. Just like, nice time away. And we had just gone on this big hike and we were starving. We're like, we're going to go to a bar. We're going to get wine and snacks. Then we're going to eat dinner later. We had this whole plan.
Oh, nice.
We walk into this wine bar. As soon as we get in, we sit down. We start looking at the menu. They have the news on, right?
Yeah.
And it has regular stuff on it. It's like Harris is running. Also, she was in Pennsylvania at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that, sat down, or not running. She was doing her vice presidential campaign or whatever. But sat down, we're looking at the menu. And then this like crazy seeming lady comes in and she's on her phone and she's like, Trump got shot! Trump got...
To the whole restaurant?
The whole restaurant can hear her because she's like coming in with this like crazy energy.
Oh
but
my
she's
God.
talking on the phone to her friend.
Oh my God.
And she's kind of like, seems out of it.
Yeah.
And the people at the bar were locals and they knew her. And they were like, Josie, whatever. Whatever, Josie. And they're like, Jesus Christ. And then she leaves. And
She's
they're
always
like,
doing this.
Yeah. And then they complained about her for a little bit. And then the TV shows Trump getting shot.
And they're like, oh my God, what if every other crazy thing Josie has said has been true?
Yeah.
Maybe the moon is like fake or whatever.
Yeah. So then it comes on TV and everyone's like, what? Like, it's like hard to believe. And we just walked into all this commotion.
Yeah.
It was like so weird. And it took over like an hour. We just saw it replayed for like an hour and no one knew what was going on.
It's one of those things that like, if you are in a room full of strangers, you'll all be talking about it. Yeah.
They wanted to talk to us. They were trying too hard. They were like, mostly we were just talking to each other.
Yeah.
But then it ended up just being us and like 4 other people. And they were just like going off. And then this one guy, he's like, what do you think? You think it's fake or what? And I was like, I'm not engaging with this. There's like no information yet at all.
I know.
And you're like, assessment, fake. And he kept being like, I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know.
But here's the thing, like literally everyone as soon as it happened was like, fake.
Yeah. I think that's also what annoyed me is that within 10 minutes, everything that could possibly have been said about it, I felt like had already been said.
Totally.
And then I was just annoyed by all the information I received after.
Yeah.
And that's still true.
Yeah.
I keep looking at the news. They don't know anything more.
Totally.
There's nothing. The newest thing they know is that the gun was bought 11 years ago.
Yes,
Like,
I know. And then they
this
say
is
that.
not very helpful, but they need to show us something.
Oh my God,
So
yeah.
they're just showing us like really like useless facts.
Totally. Yeah. To be like,
Yeah.
we're talking about the thing
And
everybody's
that was
wondering
behind
about.
a paywall. That's what made me the most mad. I was like, yeah, new detail no one cares about. And it's like, if you'd like to see the rest of this, I'm like, you're telling me the gun was purchased 11 years ago?
And you're
that's
like,
the article you want me to buy?
Yeah. God, that's so fucking nuts. Here's the thing. The thing about it being fake is, first of all, 2 people like died there, which is fucked up. That never should have happened.
Yeah.
So if it is fake, that either means the 2 deaths were
Wait,
false.
2 died? I thought 1 died.
2 people died.
Oh, but they were hurt at first and then they died?
I think so.
Oh, so
I mean,
didn't see
I could
that.
be wrong.
That's not behind a paywall. That's more important.
I know.
Well, we should get the information though. It shouldn't be behind a paywall.
I know, yeah. I could be wrong. But that's like the last thing that I heard. But so like either it's a false flag that those 2 people died, which I don't think it is. I don't believe in false flag
At
attacks.
least 1 did. But
Yeah.
Maybe 2 did by now.
Or Trump went so far with faking it that he shot 2 people to make it believable, which is an absolutely insane thing to think.
Yeah.
But if it ends up being true, I'd be like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not that surprised.
Also, I feel like part of the reason it looks fake, because also when I first saw it, I was like, why does this look so weird? That's because my mind is so used to seeing a TV version of this.
Yeah.
Like it's all more orchestrated looking and like.
And you can hear the shots and you could
hear
see
shots,
the bullet.
you see exactly what's going on from different angles.
Totally.
And it feels like a complete picture because it's a story.
Yeah.
But when you see it in real life, nobody knows what's going on. Like nothing's put together in a story way. Mm-hmm. And so it looks really like disjointed.
Yeah.
And also the sound wasn't on the TV as we were watching it. It was muted.
Yeah.
So it seemed especially weird because it felt like no one was reacting to anything.
Yes.
And then later on I saw the sound version. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably exactly how it would go.
Totally.
Yeah.
And
also in the beginning, we didn't know that they had already shot the shooter. We're just seeing him shot. We're seeing it replayed. Trump shot over and over, right?
Yeah.
And each time you watch it, you're like, why are they not protecting him more? And it's like, oh, because the shooter's down. So they feel like they have like leeway to bring him out.
Totally. Yeah, that makes sense. And then also like there's that picture of Trump with the bloody ear holding his fist in the air being like, fight, fight, with like the American flag behind him, which is like such an insane reaction to have. But it makes so much sense for Donald Trump because he thinks he's in an action movie at all times.
He does, yeah.
And for him to like have no like level of self-preservation to put his fist up in the air and be like, fight, instead of being like, oh shit, I just got shot. I should get on the ground.
Yeah.
Is like
and the
so
Secret Service
insane.
agents must have been so mad.
I know, they must have been like, bro, we're trying to fucking protect you, dude.
Yeah.
God,
anyway,
it's so nuts.
But yeah, after like an hour, I was like, I'm so sick of this and I'm so mad that I'm going to have to hear about this for a month at comedy shows.
I know. Everybody thinks they have the hottest take.
Oh, God. And then people are just posting like them finding out about the news on stage or audiences finding out. It's like, who cares?
I think JP McDade had the funniest take on it.
Oh, I think Dwayne told
tweet?
Me about his. Tell me it though again.
So he had a tweet that was like, the notes from Trump being shot, like this blood splattered notes are going to be in the Smithsonian and it's going to be like, Biden is Chinese. Yeah. Like, and he said 2 other things that were really funny that I don't want to butcher, but it's like just like ridiculous shit that Trump would say. Yeah, we'll post it. That was the best take of all of it. Everything else is stupid.
That's a good one.
And also people are still posting reels. We know, first of all, I don't think any like true assassination attempt that's happened in the past couple of years has been like truly politically motivated, like a presidential assassination attempt. only because,
What are the other? You mean not American? Because we haven't had any, right?
well, Reagan, there was an
you said the past
assassination.
couple of years.
Or I guess, okay, let's
past
say
couple
like,
attempts. You mean?
yeah, let's say that, yeah. Because I think you have to be like so fucking like mentally ill to like try to do that like it doesn't really come down to like actual partisan politics or anything like that. So he was a registered Republican, but like who knows? But I like people are still posting like their stand-up clips that are like, yeah, Democrats always miss. They don't know anything about guns. And I'm like, we don't know anything about this fucking guy. And you think you're coming in with your hot take. Shut up, you know?
Yeah. I was reading more about what they know about him, which still is very little.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't have any like social media accounts. There's like barely anything that he's written or said on the internet. So they can't really figure out what he thinks.
And he had no priors.
What he
so he
believes.
was never like arrested before.
Yeah, there's like nothing. They're like, he played chess.
Yeah.
He was signing up for a computer coding course.
Yeah.
So
I know. And then they're like, that's behind a paywall.
he worked
if you
at
worry
it.
about it.
Yeah.
To find out what coding boot camp he was on,
You want to see his if-thens?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Sign up for the Wall Street Journal.
If you want to see how good at chess he is, you have to pay for the Huffington Post.
Yeah.
It's like so fucking dumb.
But then it's like nobody knew anything about this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe that's part of what's going on. It's like nobody. Oh, also his parents are both behavioral psychologists.
No.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm glad. I mean, it feels like that's common.
Dude, yes.
Right?
A lot of people who
I don't know the numbers, but I feel like I hear about this a lot.
Totally. There's some people who I know personally who are the most unhinged people I've ever met, and their like mom is a therapist or something.
Or they study cognitive psychology.
Yeah.
And they don't believe in themselves because they study false memories.
Yep.
And they would pass that along to their kids.
I'm not gonna say who.
But yeah, like imagine living in an environment where both your parents have studied human behavior in too much detail.
Yes.
And they're like tracking your progress.
Yeah.
Even like, I mean, like developmental psychologists, luckily we know a lot less about like infant and like child behavior than we do. Not luckily, like we need to know.
Yeah.
But maybe because we know less, there's less constraints on a home like that.
Totally.
Like less expectation about where you should be.
Totally. My English teacher in high school, I was talking to him about this once, and he was like, yeah, my dad was a professor and my mom was a therapist. So every time I would like be like, I hate it here, I would like try to rebel when I was a kid. My mom would be like, well, you're just going through this phase and it's because of XYZ. And like,
here's a graph, you'll be out of it in 2 years.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like,
and so to have all of your like behaviors as a child just completely explained away, I think could be detrimental to your development.
Yeah.
You know?
I do too. And to feel like almost like they're trying to be comforting, but it could feel dismissive by explaining them like that.
Yeah, because it's not like I understand how you feel. It's like, oh, you're just doing this because every kid does this, which is the last thing that every kid wants to hear.
Yeah.
They want to be like, what I am feeling is valid, and it sucks to live here, and I'm mad because you took away my Game Boy or whatever. You know?
And that's like around the time, because you're a teen, you're a young teen.
Yes.
This is probably kind of the first time you're starting to really feel agency.
Yes.
And like notice it.
Yeah.
And to then be told that your feelings are just a thing that you will do.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe it's true, but
you don't
you're
want to hear
starting
that.
to think you have control and you don't.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this like wasn't funny at all, but whatever. It's fine.
What were we about? Oh, let's do our stories.
Yeah, let's do our stories.
All right. What you want?
Yeah, I have a short story. So this happened in high school. I was dating this guy. His name was Shane. I dated him for 3 years in high school. And he was like rich, so he had like a ton of land and he had like a trampoline and like shit like that. So
now I'm interested. Trampoline kid. Everyone loves a trampoline kid.
Dude,
we had one right next door.
Really?
So good, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so sick.
Everyone went there every day.
Oh, dude, he fucking...
They probably never knew if they were liked for their personalities.
Yeah, or just having a trampoline.
Trampoline. Poor kids.
I know,
I mean, I don't remember who they are, so I guess I was there just for the trampoline.
That's true, yeah.
I don't remember anything about them. Truly.
You only liked them for the trampoline.
There was one blonde one.
Wow. And so, like, I'm sure every trampoline kid had a trampoline dad who was like, this is the only way you'll make friends.
Yeah.
This is the only way people will
This is
stick
how
around.
I did it. This is how your grandfather did it.
Yeah, we all had trampolines, and that's how you make friends, okay? Also,
Yeah.
don't worry about reading books or being a nice person.
Yeah.
But so we had a trampoline, and I was, like, in high school, and he was also in high school, and he, like, had this trampoline his whole life. But I was like, let's go on the fucking trampoline, bro. Because I, like, never had one, so I was so excited about it.
It's the best.
So there was this one day we were standing.
Double bounce.
Dude,
Oh,
that's going to be part of the story.
man. Yeah.
So there was one day we were like,
I love this story. I don't know anything that's happened yet, but there's a trampoline. And even memories of trampolines are still good.
so fun.
They're still good.
And also they're so, oh my God. Are you okay?
Just in my mind, my imagery right now truly is a kid just jumping up on a trampoline.
Oh my God.
Just kids bouncing and smiling.
Wait,
and I'm so excited.
Have you heard of this thing? Maybe I've talked about this on the pod before. Have you heard of this thing that like women who have a weak pelvic floor, like if they've had a bunch of babies or whatever, if they jump on a trampoline, they just piss their pants?
Oh, no.
Yeah, like
Whoa.
when I was a kid, like my mom and I would like go to like my cousin's house or whatever.
Yeah.
She would jump on the trampoline twice and piss her pants. She would piss her pants on the trampoline every time, which is like not funny. It's embarrassing for her, but she did it maybe, I remember it happening maybe like 4 times. And I'm like, Ellen, you haven't learned your lesson.
Is that just a small squirt before she regains control of it? Or
No,
is it like,
it's like enough to see that she's pissed her
Oh.
pants.
oh, man.
So if you have a weak pelvic floor, don't go on the trampoline.
Yeah.
You'll just piss your pants. But anyway, this isn't about pissing pants, but there are bodily fluids involved. So we were like playing on the trampoline. We were 2 like fucking teenagers in high school, and I was like laying on my back, and he like jumped right next to me,
Yeah.
and I like flew up in the air, and I
Nice.
came back down, and my knees smashed my nose into my
Oh,
face.
no.
I immediately start
Oh, that could have been so bad.
bleeding everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't break anything, thank God. I start bleeding everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I'm like sitting on the trampoline, like doing this.
Yeah.
And like he's
Holding
running.
her hands up to her nose.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Holding my like
Letting it drip
hands
out.
under my nose to like catch the blood. I'm also covered in it, by the way. And I had a white dress on as well.
Oh.
And he had to run like half an acre back to his house because their land was so big to get paper towels. And as he's like running there, his dad rode motorcycles.
Ooh.
And so his dad
Yeah,
rides up
This dad does think you need toys.
a trampoline. Yeah, totally. He's like, well, the only thing that makes me happy is my motorcycle. So I guess I'll get
Yeah.
the kid version of a motorcycle, which is a trampoline. And like, because I was like a teenager, I was like embarrassed that my nose was bleeding.
Yeah.
So like his dad pulls up on the motorcycle, and like I like try to hide that I'm bleeding.
You're like, nothing.
I'm like,
Nothing.
everything's fine. And I'm like covered in blood, gushing. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I just hit my, yeah. And then he like my boyfriend runs back with the paper towels, and like
How old were you again?
probably like 14 or 15.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like covered in blood. And then I end up being like fine, but I
Yeah.
did have like 2 black eyes.
Whoa.
For like,
Hey, just like your mom.
just like my mother. Yeah, not as bad as that. Oh my God, that was crazy.
Also, yeah.
But I had,
I was going to say not current, but then, yeah.
yeah,
Doesn't make any sense.
neither me nor my mother have 2 black eyes
Yeah.
right now, if that's what you're wondering. And so like, I just had like 2 black eyes for like a week because I played on the trampoline too hard.
And so did you, because we talked about this on another rep, did you try and like make them go away or cover them up with makeup?
Yeah, I put concealer on them.
Yeah.
I tried to hide the black eyes
Mhm.
instead of passing off the
2
black
black
eyes as eyeshadow.
Yeah. As a girl just in a phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is just the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
For our last episode for the carousel where we talked about the 2 black eyes
Yeah.
and me trying to make it similar makeup.
Yeah.
I tried to find a picture to represent that for the carousel, and I
Yeah.
actually did find a girl who was like, "Here's makeup for a black eye if you're trying to basically that." But I felt weird posting it because it was just her face was so
Yeah.
clear, and it's like, why does she have a black eye? And then I just felt weird about
No, I get that.
posting it. But
Yeah.
there are other people doing it, and it looked great. It looked like actual makeup. It depends on where you get the black eye, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's got to be perfectly like it makes a little mark right above your eye.
Totally, because sometimes you can get a black eye like underneath your eye, and that's not cute.
No.
But if you have it like up here and like coming out to like accentuate your eye,
you can
then
build
it's,
it
like,
into
cool.
your mascara
crease.
wings.
Yeah, exactly. Mascara wings.
Just a wing with like a big bubble on top.
Yeah.
It's pretty much in.
So that's my stupid story. I refused help because I was too embarrassed that my nose was bleeding.
Oh, so he didn't even help you? You just turned and were embarrassed?
Well, I kind of don't remember what happened after that, but I remember like really, really trying to hide that I was bleeding from his dad, even though his dad was literally like 6 feet away from me.
Yeah.
And seeing how bloody I was. And I was like, nothing. Everything's fine over here.
Man. Yeah. Kids feel like you feel like you can't get help.
I know, yeah.
Everything's
also,
embarrassing.
I also think like when you're a teenager,
yeah,
you like don't want that kind of attention drawn to you.
Yeah.
And also it wasn't like an adult I knew very well.
Yeah.
It was like his dad who like I had met many times before but didn't know at all.
It was
you know
just
what I mean?
a guy who's like, "You want a fish stick?"
Yeah. He's like, "So I guess you're fucking my son?" That's
Leave
kind
the
of weird.
door open. I don't know.
Actually, close it.
Yeah.
Close the door.
Man.
Anyway, what's your stupid story?
I was on the phone with my dad a while back. I just remember this. And I don't know how it came up, but we started talking about how he was like, I think we were talking about like one of our dead relatives, right? And how it was sad.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh man, that reminds me, we really gotta go and spread your grandma and grandpa's ashes. We gotta get that done." Okay, they died a long time ago.
Yeah.
But my grandma, she died a very long time ago, but she wanted to wait till my grandpa was dead.
Oh, this was a
So
thing
could
that
be
they
spread.
wanted.
This is something they wanted.
Okay.
They want their ashes spread on this like lake where they grew up. And so it made sense that they waited because my grandma died so much earlier.
Do you have to get a permit for that?
That's a good question.
It's human remains.
Yeah. You probably do.
I mean, yeah, I
Right?
feel like it would be littering if somebody caught you.
Yeah. And it's like a place where a lot of people
like
are.
kids swim or something. If
Something
it's
like
a
that.
lake. Yeah.
They
Anyway.
probably do have to check, but he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
So the point is, he never did it. Grandpa
Yeah.
died, supposed to be spread together.
Mhm.
He never did it. And he was like, "Oh man, we got to do that. We got to find time to do that." He's like, "Yeah, that'd be nice." "Oh man, so we got your grandma, your grandpa, and your Aunt Denise, and she wanted her animals' ashes spread." Maybe I shouldn't be sharing this. It feels too personal now. But the way my dad said it was like he's got this growing to-do list
Of spreading
of ashes that needs to be spread. And it's stressing him out. He was kind of like, "Oh man, I gotta get this done." Like he's been procrastinating for years, and now he has this thing built up. Like it's another one of his projects
Yeah.
that he's never gonna finish.
Yeah.
It's like the same as he has all these like cars and boats that he works on.
Yeah.
But he's had them for like 20 years, probably longer, and they just never get done.
Yeah. So it's like his to-do list is like, put batteries in that clock that's always
Yeah.
broken.
You remember the clock?
I remembered the clock.
Yep. Batteries never get replaced.
Yeah, I gotta replace the molding in the bathroom.
We gotta eat all this food.
We gotta
They get
eat all
stressed
this
about
food. And then we gotta spread everybody in my family's ashes, including some
And
animals.
that's the one that never gets crossed out.
I know, yeah.
It's been on his list for like 10 years.
Yeah. Wait.
He crosses out all the other stuff. He's like, "I went to the grocery store though."
Yeah. No, he's starting the list by putting something easy on it first,
Yeah,
so he gets
exactly.
the dopamine from checking off
Yeah.
the list. Yeah. But like, so when your aunt died, who wanted to spread the animal ashes with hers, were the animals dead when she died?
I don't even know if it's
Or did they have
combined
to-
with hers.
Oh, okay.
Or if it's just that she also,
Okay.
they're ashes too. And they're just ashes that need to be spread.
Gotcha. All right,
Yeah.
that's fascinating.
Also, he might have mentioned our other dog. Do we have her ashes? We might. We definitely have that paw print thing. But
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
might also have ashes.
We have
Man, our house is full of ashes.
yeah, that's a lot of ashes. That's like
I'm
that's
just
like
gonna
three
stumble
people.
upon them one day.
That's like three
Looking
people
for a
and
regular thing.
some animals.
Yeah.
Dude, again, If the FBI gets called on your
I
mom,
know.
they're going to start digging under the
There's
house, find
too
all these
many-
ashes.
Too many converging pieces. As
I know.
well.
There's too much evidence to make it seem like your family is like serial killers.
Yeah. Wait, so there's the ashes, there's the pictures of amputees.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to another ep. We're not gonna re-explain it.
There's
And
a
is there
mole
third one?
genocide happening.
Mole
on your
genocide.
property.
Dad's killing moles. He's getting the nephew involved.
Yeah, I know. There's a little kid like picking up dead moles and like whipping them around on the property. They're like, oh my God, they're
And
training
he's
him.
skipping with the dead mole in his hand. He's
Yeah.
like, now we throw him away.
Yeah.
He's like, I've seen videos like this.
I know, you showed me one. They're like, oh my God, they're training a new generation of serial killers.
Luckily, though, yeah. Luckily, one of the recent videos, he is throwing away a mole. And then he goes, my dad's saying something like, well, he's dead now and we got to throw him away. And Benjamin's like, that's so sad. So I'm like, so glad there's some emotion.
I know.
Because who knows? You don't know what a kid's thinking when they're killing animals.
I know, yeah. I mean, it's better that he wasn't like, yeah, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Or
that they're
laughing.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
that's the story.
the Cardwells are now on a watch list.
There's definitely another one or two things, but
There
I can't think of
definitely
them off the
is,
top of my
yeah.
head. Yeah.
I guess like all of the parts. Oh, they also bought an ambulance,
Yeah.
which is adjacent, I feel like.
If you were investigating, you'd be like,
This
this
is
has
weird.
to be related.
This could be like a whole Netflix documentary, like
Yeah.
a 4-part series
Yeah.
right now.
And they're just this huge red herring.
yeah. And they're like,
There's some obvious guy right next door.
Yeah.
But because they have like, all these like weird things,
yeah,
there's like dead material everywhere.
yeah.
They're like, it has to be this house. They're
Yeah.
ignoring really obvious cues in the
Yeah.
next yard. There's a guy outside just like chopping up a body and they don't see it at all.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, he's fine,
Yeah.
as you were.
Pig meat.
Yeah, pig meat.
Pig meat, similar to human bodies. All right, let's focus.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the pile of ashes.
Dude, they're also gonna be like, Mr. Cardwell used to be in the military, so he
Yeah.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's killed before.
Yeah.
Oh
So
God.
funny.
Well-
should we get into our post?
Let's do it. Let's do the short post.
Yeah. Let's do the short little
We're gonna
guy.
read a post from an internet user who did something stupid, I think.
Damn it. I thought I pulled this up, but
Oh
I didn't.
no,
I got it. I got it.
Brittany.
Keep talking.
So how are you guys? Just right under the YouTube video. Tell me your rose and your thorn of this week in the comments of this YouTube video. The best thing that happened this week and the worst
it.
thing, but don't make it too sad. I want them to be like nice.
Sorry, Allie.
So
I don't know how to use my dumb phone.
my rose of
Oh.
this week. Oh, okay.
I also didn't hear anything you said, so
It's
I'll hear
okay.
it for the first time when we edit the pod.
Yeah.
That'll be fun for me.
Yeah, there you go.
You got to surprise yourself in life.
Brittany Cardwell.
I'm
You
just
gotta
talking.
surprise yourself.
I'm just talking. All right. I'm not going to read the question. Okay. My 27 male girlfriend, 27 female, has lots of plushies. Also, this person must be like British because you don't call them plushies here, right?
Yeah, I feel like the only people who call them like plushes or plushies are people who like there's this YouTuber I watch all the time who's like really into theme parks.
Yeah.
And she collects like stuffed animals and she calls them plush.
Oh, okay.
Which and she's American, so I feel
Huh.
like it might be like a collector thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. She has lots of plushies, about 30. Every morning she arranges them on her bed, and every night they go from the bed to the couch, still neatly arranged.
This is a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
This is so much work.
I can't even like consistently brush my teeth.
I know.
Every night.
I don't
And
make
she's
I don't
putting-
even make my bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't eat breakfast.
I know, and I need that.
Yeah,
And
I
I
know.
feel it,
Yeah, I know.
and it's a basic.
And I feel like shit if I don't do it, and I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't.
Well,
I can't go to a store and buy a granola bar.
Yeah, I know.
I can't just pick up something in my fridge. Every night they go from the bed to the couch, still neatly arranged. One morning she asked me to put the plushies on the bed and got upset when I didn't arrange them properly. Oh, you got to memorize the layout of 30 animals?
Yeah, this is crazy. This is really crazy.
I asked her that'd be like a funny bit to do once.
Yeah.
I mean, If you could also explain why you do have 30 and you do this.
And you're an adult woman, a 27-year-old woman or whatever.
One morning, she asked me to put the plushies on the bed and got upset when I didn't arrange them properly. I asked her what the big deal was since they're going to be back on the couch at night anyway. And she got upset because she wants them to be comfortable. She said, that's what she said. I want them to be comfortable.
This is mental illness.
Yeah. Every now and then when we're watching TV or something, she'll ask me to hold a plushie because they need attention. Is she watching TV at all, or is she just looking at them and deciding which facial expression at that time needs attention?
I know, yeah. She's just like sitting there, like doing one and then putting it down and doing another, so they don't all get like, so nobody feels left out. Yeah. You know what I mean?
She's just patting heads.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah. She's holding all 30 of them on her lap.
She's got like a leash attached to everyone so that none of them run away.
Yeah.
And she knows they're all safe.
This is like the reason why we're being so specific is because I don't know if you feel the same way, but when I was a kid, I loved stuffed animals.
Oh, me too.
I loved them.
Big time.
And so I felt...
And I wanted a lot. I
Me
wanted
too.
100.
Yes.
I wanted a lot of big ones.
Yeah.
Couldn't get those. They're so expensive.
I know. I had a huge tiger called Johnny Cakes when I was a kid.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
Did you name him?
Yes, I did.
It's a great name.
I know. Great name for a tiger.
You're so cool, Allie.
I know. I was probably like 8 when I named it. So
that's a great name.
I'm pretty good at naming stuff.
That's like a TV guy.
Yeah. Johnny Cakes like a tiger. Yeah. Totally.
But yeah, I would have been obsessed. I was obsessed with stuffed animals.
Yeah. To that point. Totally.
Yeah. And I did at some point have a ton on my shelves. Mm-hmm. As many as I could get.
It's hard to have them all in the bed.
Yeah. We got a bunch one time because this like machine, you know those claw machines?
Yes.
It broke. And so it was unlimited. And me and my brothers stood there for an hour grabbing free stuffed animals. Nobody stopped us. My aunt grabbed a trash bag and we filled her trash bag up.
Oh my God. I love that.
So then I had like a shelf full of stuffed animals for a while.
That's
Isn't that
so
awesome?
sick. That's so sick.
That was like a great day.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot. So I understand this lady, but not at this age.
Yeah. No, totally.
Every now and then we're watching TV. Okay, she says they need attention. I'm fine with all this and used to do it. And I used to think it was cute. But it's gotten to a point where she wants me to talk to them. She'll pick up a plushie and pretend it's talking to me and expects me to play along. How was your day?
I noticed that you didn't take out the trash when you say that you would. Just using a stuffed animal to tell him to do stuff.
Yeah. I'm not into it, and mostly I just ignore this, but recently she got annoyed at me. She asked me why I don't care about them or talk to them. And I said, she wants to like walk in and see him talking to them on his own.
Yeah.
That would be like a big development for him. That'd be like a lot of growth for this guy. And she'd just stand there proud. She wouldn't even say anything. She would just be proud, and then she'd go and like make dinner or whatever she's gonna do.
She'd be like, he is the one, I guess.
Yeah. She asked me why I don't care about them or talk to them. And I said, you understand they're not real, right? And she got extremely upset and yelled at me for being mean and not taking her seriously.
Okay. This is crazy. This is insane.
How could you not? I think after this would be a deal breaker.
Totally.
Like, this is something I could let go for a while if I really didn't think they meant it. And I was just like, this is the one thing I don't like.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
But after this, I would be like, this is real for you.
I know. Yeah, the whole thing of believing that they're real, I think it's one thing to like play this and know that they're not real and be like, I don't know, I just like doing this.
Yeah.
And it's another thing to be like, stop being so mean.
Yeah.
These are real.
Yeah. Some things to note.
Yeah.
She's very stable.
No, she isn't. She's clearly not fucking stable.
But then he says she has a good job and is a homeowner. That doesn't make you stable.
Yeah, no. I know a lot of people who have good jobs and are homeowners who are not stable.
Both of that shooter's parents.
That's right. And look at the kid they pumped out.
Yeah. Some of the plushies have sentimental value. She's had them for decades, but some are just random ones she's picked up from Target or whatever.
I love this guy.
Those are his only two.
Yeah, I know.
notes.
He's like, things to note.
What about your feelings about your relationship?
I know.
He hasn't said anything like, I think I have to end it. I don't know if this is okay.
Yeah, I guess he's asking if he's the asshole for being
For
like
not
the
talking to
plushies
them?
aren't real. Yeah, or to not talk to them. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like here's the thing. If she was like, I know they're not real. This is the thing I like doing.
Yeah.
And like you were like, well, I'm not talking to them because they're not real. Then you'd be an asshole.
Yeah.
I think it's like, especially if you've been dating long enough that you're literally living together.
Yeah.
And like, you know this thing about her, and then you just decided to get upset about it now.
Yeah.
And never like thought it through.
Yeah.
But if she like literally thinks they're real, I don't think he should have said that in an argument in that tone.
Yeah.
But like, if she literally thinks that they're real, she needs to know they're not.
Also, what needs of hers is she sacrificing to get the needs of 30 stuffed animals met?
Dude, I have
like,
one.
does she get any attention? She's like, can you give the lion attention?
Yeah, maybe she's like,
I really need to share something with you that was traumatic that happened to me last week, but
yeah,
the hippo hasn't been talked to tonight.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I have one dog, and that is a stressor enough. Imagine having 30 things I had to pay attention to in equal parts every day.
Yeah.
Moving them to the couch, moving them away, and you have to be like, well, you know, Jackie and Bing Bong don't like being next to each other, so I have to put them on opposite sides of the pile.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so much work.
It's insane.
Yeah. Also, how does she have so much time with her stable job, her good job?
Yeah, in her home.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Is there like pipes leaking
Maybe,
in the house?
Yeah. What also, is she able to concentrate at work? Or maybe she has one of those, like, you know, like you had for Betty, like a camera so you could see her and make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
Which it made sense for Betty.
Yes, because she's a living animal.
She's a living animal. She was abused.
Yes.
She was anxious when she moved into your new place.
Yeah.
And it's like nice to be able to have tabs on her.
Totally.
But is this lady just constantly checking her camera for her like stuffed animals that sit in the same spot all day?
Yeah, like if
she's showing her coworkers.
Yeah.
It moved. She's like
if one falls over out of place, does she have to go home from work?
Yeah.
And like fix it? She's like, he's upside down on the floor. Oh God.
Also, like most stuffed animals have happy faces. So
that's true.
Is she just deciding, she just starts to see one as unhappy and she deals with it?
Yeah, she's like, you know, he's always like this.
Yeah.
He always really wants to put on a smile for everybody, but he doesn't really make time for himself.
She's like, he's people pleasing.
Yeah. All 30 of them.
Yeah. At the same time.
He's people pleasing. Oh, this is so like him.
You need to stand up for what you need.
Yeah.
You need to ask.
It's okay to be sad sometimes.
Yeah.
We're not going to leave if you're just sad.
Yeah. This is wild. I feel bad. Like, I know that the way I feel about animals sometimes is too much, and I wouldn't expect other people to feel that way.
Totally.
For example, Dwayne, sound like I said Twain.
Mark Twain.
They had a mouse in their apartment.
Oh, yeah.
I also have mice right now, and I got to deal with them because they're starting to be like so comfortable. They're making a lot of noise. I'm like, you guys are talking like this is your home.
You come in there like smoking a cigarette.
I got my earplugs back. Yeah, I wore earplugs again for them.
For them, because you
so
don't
they
want to
can
hurt
just
their
have
feelings.
the kitchen. You guys do what you want in there.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna be done cooking real soon, and you can eat up all the crumbs, I guess, and climb inside my stove.
Anyway, they bought a humane trap, right? Mm-hmm. Which is great. Mm-hmm. Makes things so much better. And it took a while to get one, but they got one.
Nice.
And it was there last time I was over, and Dwayne was like, well, now I gotta go take it like a mile away. You gotta do at least a mile or else they know how to get back, apparently.
That's crazy.
They'll just come right back to where they live. That's
insane.
I know. So, and I know this is ridiculous. And I know no one else should share these thoughts. Like, I don't expect Dwayne to feel this way. Or me even.
Yeah.
But it crosses my mind.
Totally.
And this is the closest I feel like I can get to the stuffed animal thing as an adult. That's why I'm saying it.
It's a living thing.
Yeah. But it's like, I'm watching this mouse in its little container.
Yeah.
It's about to be taken. Mm-hmm. And it's great it's not being killed.
Yeah.
That's I should be happy about that.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, no, he's going to be taken away from his family. It's like it's like I just want him to be able to live in the apartment with his family. And I know that's ridiculous, but I am also like sad about the idea of him never seeing his family again. He's just lost for the rest of his life searching for them.
I know, yeah.
You know?
He has like one of those sticks with a little bag at the end with all of his shit in it.
Yeah. Oh.
When I was a kid, we had a mouse in our apartment, and we had a mice problem in our apartment, and they were like all in the kitchen in the cupboards underneath.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where we would hear, like, we were so tuned to the mice, like the mouse trap, that like we would be sitting watching TV and it would be like, tip. It would be like the smallest sound, and me and Owen would be like, oh, fuck yeah, we caught a mouse. Yeah. And we'd go over and look at it. And then my mom would like take it out by its tail and shit and like throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
There was one time,
I hated that.
Yeah. When we were a kid, it was like a big event. So we were excited about it. I've changed now. And like there was one time there was a mouse, like we were like grocery shopping or something. We come in, we turn on the lights, there's a mouse on the kitchen counter, and it's like trying to climb up like the tile wall. Yeah. And so my mom takes a book and smashes the shit out of it.
Has it climbed up tile?
Well, I think it was just like
sorry, I know I just stomped on the
it's okay.
But you can say it again.
But like I think what happened is like it wasn't expecting us to come home.
Oh, so it just kind of ran randomly,
so like
and then
it saw the lights turn on, and it was like, oh fuck, and it tried to like, it was like stuck in a corner. So my mom like took a book and smashed the shit out of it.
Like it's a bug, which they are kind of like.
I know.
They're like big bugs.
Yeah, and it sounded like bugs. We brought it back.
We got it.
And my mom smashed it so hard.
Oh my God.
That it like shit everywhere.
Oh.
And I was like a little kid. I was probably like 4 or 5 at the time. And then I went into school the next day and I was like,
my mom smashed
a mouse with a book and it pooped everywhere.
You're just making stuff up again. Also, I'm a cat.
Yeah, I know. I ate it after because I'm a cat.
Remember I told you about my litter box?
Yeah. Oh God.